We're going to switch gears a little bit now and spend some time on adding and subtracting fractions. So we're going to take baby steps. So the first thing that we need to understand when we're adding and subtracting fractions is we need to have the bottoms the same. And the rule is once the bottoms are the same, it stays the same. So on all of these in section 4.4, all the fractions that you're going to be adding and subtracting all have common denominators. So that just means that the bottoms are already the same. Once the bottoms are the same, all you have to do is add or subtract across the top because the bottom is going to stay the same. So again, just taking baby steps and getting it, easing ourselves into adding and subtracting fractions because the rules are a little bit different than multiplying and dividing. So in our first one, we have 4/9 plus 1/9. So is the bottom the same? Yes, it's the same. So that means it stays the same. So we just add across the top. 4 plus 1 equals 5. Very simple, right? So can we reduce 5/9? No, we can't. So that's just going to be our answer. 5/9. Here we are introducing some variables. But again, the first question we ask, is the bottom the same? Do they have common denominators? If they do, then it's going to stay the same. So if it's 9 on the bottom and you're adding or subtracting, then it's going to be 9 in the answer. So 8b plus 3b. So think back to combining like terms. We went over that a little bit in chapter 2. If they have the same variable, you can add the coefficients and the variable is going to stay the same. So 8b plus 11b, add 8b plus 3b. 8 plus 3 equals 11, so our answer is going to be 11b. So we add the coefficients, 8 plus 3, and the variable just kind of tags along to the end. So we have 11b over 9. We can't reduce that at all. That's in lowest terms already. So that's where we leave it. So let's switch to subtraction. Again, the rule is the same. Always ask, always check to see if the denominator is the same. Are the bottoms the same? 12 and 12? Yes, the bottoms are the same. That means in my answer, the bottom will be the same. Then we just subtract across the top. 11 minus 5 equals 6. Now, can we reduce that? Yes, 6 over 12 could be reduced to 1/2. So again, we're not deviating from reducing our fractions. Fractions always need to be written in lowest terms. So we can divide the 6 and the 12 both by 6. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. 12 divided by 6 equals 2. So our final answer would be 1/2. Our last one, 5y over 8 minus 7 over 8. So first question we ask, are the bottoms the same? Yes, they are. So in our answer, the bottom will be the same. So once the denominators are the same, once the denominators are the same, it stays the same for the answer. And then we just subtract across the top, 5y minus 7. Can we combine the 5y and the 7? We can't because they're not like terms. So this 5y it's a 5 times a y, but this 7 doesn't have a y with it. If it had a y with it, then we can combine the two terms. So 5y minus 7 is an operation we can't perform because we don't know what y is yet. So we would just leave it as 5y minus 7. So again, we have to remember what we learned in chapter 2 about combining like terms. When we're adding and subtracting fractions, if the variables are the same, we can combine them. But if the variables are different, then we can't combine them. We can't add or subtract them. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes you're really not going to be able to add or subtract across the top. How they are is how they're going to be in the answer too.